sir. Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, little ladies. From all the staff, a hearty welcome to the Hotel Hades. Oh yes, since you've booked your rooms, have been taken over and changed our name, but for the better, as you'll soon discover. Porter, room 99. Don't worry, sir. Just now, he took much bulkier things than bags on his pathetic iron hook. The other room, the children's room, I'm very pleased to say, we've put them in the annex, sir, half a mile away. They'll have a nearer view there of the bats' intriguing flying. And you, dear sir and madam, won't be troubled by their crying. Although I'm sure that neither of them's frightened of the gloom, besides, the maid will try to find a candle for their room. Of course, ma'am, we've a maid there. She's the porter's 7th wife. She'll care for these dear children quite as well as her own life. The journey's tired them? Tonight they won't be counting sheep. I'll see they have a nice hot drink before they're put to sleep. Don't be too late yourselves for the hotel's evening meal. I hope that on the menu will be some roast milk-fed veal. If you'll forgive me, I must stoke the ovens right away. Yes, it's going to be, excuse the joke, hell in this place today. Yes, I do the cooking and the getting of the meat. Though we're so far from the shops, we've usually something fresh to eat. Of course, it isn't always veal, and when the school terms start, joints may get tougher, but our gravy still stays full of heart.
I put a spell on you. Because you're mine. Stop the things you do. What's up? I ain't lying. Yeah, I can't stand. Woo! No running around. I can't stand. No putting me down. I put a spell on you. Because you're mine. Oh, yeah. Whoa. Stop the things you do. What's up? I ain't lying. Ah! Ah! I love you. I love you. I love you anyhow. I don't care if you don't want me. I'm yours right now. I put a spell on you. Because you're mine, mine, mine. Oh, 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 you're mine.
I'm such a quiet little ghost, demure and inoffensive. The other spirits say I'm most absurdly apprehensive. Through all the merry hours of night, I'm uniformly cheerful. I love the dark, but in the light, I own I'm rather fearful. Each dawn I cower down in bed, in every brightness seeing that weird, uncanny form of dread, an awful human being. Of course, I'm told they can't exist, that nature would not let them. But Willie Spook, the humanist, declares that he has met them. He says they do not glide like us, but walk in eerie paces. They're solid, not diaphanous, with arms and legs and faces. And some are beggars, some are kings, some have and some are wanting. They squander time in doing things instead of simply haunting. They talk of art, the horrid crew, and things they call ambitions. Oh yes, I know as well as you, they're only superstitions. But should the dreadful day arrive, when starting up I see one, I'm sure 'twill scare me quite alive, and then, oh then, I'll be one. Well, we welcome you to tonight's show, Once Upon a Time. This is a special Somerville Producers Group production, as this evening we are featuring two original puppet productions. One, Danger in Pleasant Woods, tells the story of, well, danger, and how it then became pleasant. The other, Hop Frog, is quite a bit darker. Anyhow, this time of year is a season of change, and that really is the theme of tonight's show, change and metamorphosis. So let's see how people come to life, or things come to life at this time of year.
Come out of there right now.
Hello?
What is it?
Who's there?
Oh no, he has one of the animals.
Help!
Now don't call for help or you'll never, ever see this skunk again. Or any of the animals from your forest.
What do you want with us? We told you we didn't want to sell our forest. We won't let you tear down the trees
Or bulldoze the mountains.
or kill the animals.
Once you sign this deed saying the land belongs to me, I'll do whatever I want.
You wouldn't really destroy this forest and build a city, would you?
You know, you're right, Mrs. Pleasant. I wouldn't do a thing like that. I was just afraid that you would not trust my good intentions. Yeah, that if I told you the truth. You see, I was just want to take care of the nice little animals and plants. Yeah, and if you excuse my saying so, I think I can protect this beautiful unspoiled land better than, well, any old people like you.
We have kept it for so long.
Well, if you promise.
Oh, I promise. I'll never touch a piece of this forest or build a single thing. No, just sign this deed and I'll release this adorable skunk right back into the woods.
I think we should do it, Ella. He did give us his word.
I think you're right.
Ha ha, you fools! Now you have 1 week, do you hear me? 1 week before I bulldoze your house and the rest of the forest. Finally, my new condominium complex, Pine Free, will be built.
Oh, you lied to us. Give us back the deed, please.
Never!
Help! Help!
Frank, please, give it back.
I'm sorry, Ella. I trusted him. Now we no longer have a home.
I trusted him too, dear. The terrible part is not what will become of us, but what will become of the forest. Let's go inside and plan what to do next.
Wake up. What are we going to do?
Calm down, Stripe. What's wrong?
What's wrong? What's wrong? The land developer, Alvin Ichabod, caught me and put me in the bag. He threatened to hurt me if the Pleasant didn't sign over the forest to him. Then, he told him if he owned the forest, he wouldn't really tear it down, but would protect all the trees and animals. But he told him and tricked him into the signing the deed. Now he owns the forest and he's going to tear it down.
Oh, that Ichabod. If I could move, I would walk right up to him and get that deed back. If only bushes had real legs.
Maybe I could do something, June.
You have to, before it's too late. Go to the magic spirit of the woods and ask for help.
How do I do that?
Walk to the end of the forest and say these words over and over. Magic spirit, please hear me. Magic spirit, send me to the magic wood. Magic spirit, please see me. I call upon the strength of the good.
I'm scared.
Oh, you can do it, Stripe. We need you.
All right, June, I'll try. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Stripe, and good luck.
Magic spirit, please hear me. Magic spirit, send me to the magic wood. Magic spirit, please see me. I call upon the strength of the good.
Who has called upon my powers?
It is I, magic spirit, Stripe, the skunk from Pleasant Woods.
I have been watching the danger in Pleasant Woods. I am sorry. But I cannot come to help you. There is even greater danger in the Black Forest of Germany, demanding my full attention.
You were our only hope. Our forest will be destroyed.
No, there is something that you can do yourself. If you can catch Ichabod in this magic net, my powers will transport him to a large city far away. He will never come near your forest again.
How can I do that alone? He will catch me again.
There is a very brave young shrub in your woods. Your friend, June. She will help you.
But June cannot move.
She cannot move now, but when you give her this magic potion, she will be able to go anywhere she wishes. Now, close your eyes. When you open them again, you will find yourself back in Pleasant Woods. I wish you luck, little one.
Oh, how did I get here? I thought it was in the magic woods.
The magic spirit sent you back. Stripe, we have no time to waste. Please, tell me what the spirit said.
Well, the spirit is going to help us, but we have to do our part too. After you can walk, we leave for Ichabod at once. I will tell you what we must do as we go.
What? Did you say walk?
Yes, the spirit gave me a magic potion that will make you able to walk and move.
You mean I'm really going to walk?
That's what the spirit said. Here you go.
I can move! I can jump! I can walk! Hooray! We can save the woods! Let's go!
Wait for me!
is the greatest day of my life. Soon, all this will be one huge city. The woods will no longer stand between my house and my condominiums over there. No more wild animals or stupid old trees. Oh, I'm tired. I won't let go of this steed for a minute, but I think I'll take a nap here in the sun. It's not as good as an artificial sun lamp, but it'll have to do. Ah.
Okay, here I go.
Hey, who's there? Who's there? Oh, I must have been dreaming. Oh. What's that? What's wrong with me? There's nothing here but me, my house, and a stupid little bush. I hate plants. I'll have it torn up first thing tomorrow. Now, I just gotta relax. Come back here! Give that to me! Let me out of here!
Oh, great spirit, wise and good,
Please
please take
Ichabod from
from pleasant woods. Yee! He's gone.
Great work, Stroip. We'll never need to worry about him again. Now, let's take the deed back to the Pleasance. Hooray! The woods are saved! I don't know what we would have done without you two. We had already packed to leave.
And you saved the whole forest. Thank you. Thank you. You've done all of us a favor by keeping our home safe all these years. We're glad we could help.
And from this day forward, the forest will be more important than ever to us, because the magic spirit has given us the power to talk to the trees and animals we love. Hooray!
Yeehaw! Hoo-ha! Yeah!
ago, in a land far away, there lived a wealthy king. This king considered himself quite a prankster and dearly loved playing practical jokes on any and all for the sheer joy of hearing himself laugh. At that time, all wealthy kings, and this was a very wealthy king, had a court jester or fool. This king prized his fool especially because he was a cripple, and the king loved not only to laugh at the fool's jokes, but to laugh at the fool himself.
Before I begin my important business today, I need a laugh. Send for the fool.
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 Look at him.
Look at him.
Oh my God, look at him.
Hopping in.
My lord, I'm at your service.
Of course you are, cripple. I need a laugh. We, as in the royal we, want to see you dance.
My lord, I prepared these jokes, and I can't dance.
Cripple, I command you to dance.
Ja, please, the fool has a constipation. He jokes about so.
Jokes about
Yeah,
so.
Jane, look at his jerk. Look at that little jerk.
He's
Don't step at
Yeah,
it.
don't step in it, all right? Oh, yes. Yes. He jokes about like that, and I think he reminds me of a frog. Yes, a good half frog he is. Puny crippled legs, but big strong arms. You there, maid, polish my crown.
Yes, Your Highness. How bright would you like it?
Oh, I like it. Now then, Prime Minister, let's attend to business.
Yes, business.
Oh, yes, business. Great idea. Yes, let's get down to business.
Jester? Hop Frog? Oh, good gracious. I am sorry to have to call you that, but I know you by no other name.
Who calls?
It is I, your friend Trippetta.
How may I be of assistance?
Oh dear, I am quite distressed.
What is it, dear Lady Trippetta?
The king, he's demanded a masquerade in 2 weeks' time, and I will never be able to make all the arrangements.
Never fear, dear Trippetta. We have planned many parties before, and we will do it again.
But a masquerade? All the lords and ladies, and the decorations, and the food and party favors. Oh my, oh my.
I will help you.
Oh, dear Hop Frog, you are kind, and much more a gentleman than those who only dress the part.
We must start planning immediately.
I do hope nothing goes wrong. For the next fortnight, Hop Frog and Trippetta worked feverishly orchestrating the gala event. The royal invitation was dispatched far and wide. The maids scrubbed the castle from turret to throne room. The royal huntsman captured the finest pheasant and the largest wild boar in the kingdom. The royal chefs created countless courses of glorious gluttony. And then, just days before the ball, both Hop Frog and Trippetta were called in for a royal audience. Oh no! I have a bad feeling about this.
You there, cripple. I need you to perform a service for me.
As always, my lord, I stand ready for your orders.
First, drink this.
Oh, King, you joker.
Hop Frog, as the king well knew, did not, to put it mildly, hold his drink well. It made him, by turns, upset, idiotic, and finally, mad. This, of course, gave the king and his ministers even more of an opportunity to laugh at the court fool.
Bloop, 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 bloop. Yes, my lord. Bloop, bloop,
Faster,
bloop.
faster.
Yes, my lord. By your command. Bloop, 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 bloop.
Now then, we, the royal we, and my loyal ministers, must have the best of costumes for the ball.
Yeah, cool, my lord. The best of costumes for
Yes,
the ball.
yes, yes, the best of costumes. We want them to have baubles, bangles, bright shiny beads.
Baubles, bangles, bright, shiny
Oh,
beads.
must you repeat everything I say?
Oh, excuse me, your majesty.
Well?
I am endeavoring to think of something.
Endeavoring? Drink, I say, drink! That'll knock some sense into you, you fool.
Oh, Master, Your Highness, please, I beg of you, have mercy. You know that can kill him.
You? Get out of my face! Stop that! You little rat, stop that noise! Stop it!
How could that noise be coming from me, your royal majesty?
It sounds like the Queen's parrot is snowing at its cage again.
Parrot, yes, parrot. Sounds like the parrot to me.
Sounds like a parrot to me.
Man, that
Yep.
parrot sure
Man, it
can
sounds like
not.
a parrot, does it sound? Yeah.
Yes, well, it does seem to be that way, I dare say, but drink! Drink!
Of course, your royal highness.
Now have another.
It's all clear to me now.
What's so funny that you're laughing?
Oh, your royal highness, as your royal fool, I thought I would add some levity to the situation.
I don't want levity right now, cripple. I want an answer. Well?
Well, I have come up with the perfect solution, your most royal highness.
What a relief. Oh, good, quite.
Oh,
Yes,
oh man.
Oh, what a
Quiet,
relief.
quiet.
Oh,
Go on.
in savage countries where I myself have been, wild beasts, orangutans, are to be found.
Yes, yes. Go on. Go on with it.
Oh, my lord, it is possible to masquerade you, your royal majesty that is, and your royal ministers, as escaped wild beasts. You can see here, it is possible to use a chain such as this and fasten your royal highness and his royal ministers each to the other, after having costumed you in flax and fur to make you look as these wild orangutans. That way, you will appear genuine, and the guests will be filled with fear, and the ladies faint dead away.
And no one will know who we are.
No one will know who you are.
And the ladies will faint dead away.
And the ladies will faint dead away.
And the lords will become outraged.
Yes, King, the ladies will faint dead away, and and the lords will become outraged.
Marvelous idea. Proceed then. But this better be good, cripple.
Oh, King, I promise you it will be good. It will be very good. It will far exceed your expectations. I will proceed with the arrangements straight away.
The lords and ladies were enjoying themselves. No one had seen the king or his ministers, but as it was a masquerade, no one really expected to. And then, about midnight,
What is that?
what an outrage!
No, leave it to me. I'll discover who these interlopers are. I'll discover who they are. Good, they're caught. Thank God.
Going great. Everybody's really scared.
Kissing their pants.
They're catching us. They're catching us like they think we're wild animals.
What fun.
I'll see who they are. Aha! I think I know who they are now.
Who are they?
Ooh.
These are the cruel ones who don't know how to treat a maiden properly.
What's happening? What's happening? Oh, no.
Oh.
Oh, no. Stop. Stop this now.
Stop! What are you doing?
No.
I don't know what you're doing.
No.
No.
It's the king and his ministers.
Oh my God!
It's the king.
It's the king and his ministers.
And so the reign of the king ended. And, perhaps not so surprisingly, the court jester and the maid were never to be seen from again.
That was a marvelous masquerade, don't you think? Well, welcome back to the studio, and we are pleased, oh so pleased, to have with us this evening Sir Oscar Colin Smythe, the star of both the previous plays that you saw. Sir Oscar, welcome.
Thank you very much.
You are quite magnificent. I am so happy to have you here.
I'm sure that you are.
Now, in the last two pieces, both Hop Frog and Pleasant Woods, you play a bit of an anti-hero character, don't you?
I do indeed. You know, that's in part because I enjoy playing the anti-hero in plays, you know?
What? Well, why is that? Does it resonate with you somehow?
It reflects my inner soul, I do believe. You know, I so identified with Charles Lawton in the one, you know, the movie where he played the Hunchback.
Ah, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, you mean?
Yes, that's the one.
I see. And do you draw on other sources of inspiration for these roles?
Of course I do.
Okay, very well then. Sir Oscar, I'm
Yes.
wondering what other upcoming shows you might have planned.
Well, I'm booked into the Old Vic in London early next year to do a streetcar named Desire with Miss Piggy.
Oh, marvelous, marvelous. The two of you should make quite a pair.
I'm quite looking forward to it. If you'll excuse the expression, I've heard she's quite a woman.
I see, I see. Well, I hear that you have a special surprise for us this evening, Sir Oscar.
I have consented, for both your pleasure and mine, to do a reading of The Revolving Door by Newman Levy.
Great. Go on then.
Very well. The Revolving Door. This is the horrible tale of Paul MacGregor James D. Cuthbert Hall, who left his home one winter's day to go to work, and on his way, in a manner that was strange and weird, mysteriously disappeared. He left no clue, he left no trace, he seemed to vanish into space. Now listen to the fate of Paul MacGregor James D. Cuthbert Hall. He worked, did James, as a shipping clerk for Parkinson, McBain, and Burke, who in their store on North Broadway sold dry goods in a retail way. In the entrance to the store there was a very large revolving door, through which passed all who went to work for Parkinson, McBain, and Burke. Upon this day, accursed of fate, MacGregor James, arriving late, dashed headlong madly through the store, and plunged in through the spinning door. Around it twirled and whirled, and Paul was twisted, curled and hurled, and mashed and crashed and dashed and bashed, as round and round it spun and flashed. At times it nearly stopped, and then it straightway started up again. I fear that I'll be late for work, and Parkinson, McBain, and Burke will be distressed and grieved, thought Paul MacGregor James D. Cuthbert Hall. He raised his voice in a frantic cry, and tried to hail the passers-by. He tried in vain to call a cop, but still the door refused to stop. And so he spins and whirls about, and struggles madly to get out, while friends heartbroken search for Paul MacGregor James D. Cuthbert Hall.
All right. ageless flower named Ingrid, and I thought I'd make an appearance tonight. So I'll open up just a little, try and be a little less antisocial for this occasion, and talk a little bit about Halloween, as that's why we've all gathered. Yeah. Anyway, being an ageless flower, I've recorded some information about Halloween over the years, and I thought I'd read to you from my journal, Women's Dictionary of Symbols and Sacred Objects. Halloween. Our Halloween rituals are relics of the pagan All Hallows' Eve, the original nighttime festival according to the lunar calendar, preceding the solar calendar daytime version that was Christianized as All Saints. The festival used to be the Feast of the Dead, Celtic Samhain, or Vigil of Samhain. It was perhaps the most important of the cross-quarter days, when the crack between the worlds could open up and let the spirits pass through. Therefore, the ghosts of dead ancestors could revisit the earth, join their descendants at the feast, and give necromantic interviews and omens. In Ireland, all the Sid, or fairy hills, grave mounds, were said to open up for the occasion. Folks insisted that it was impossible to keep the fairies underground on Halloween. Since these fairies were simply pagan spirits, the church naturally insisted that demons were abroad on Halloween, summoned by witches, which was the usual term for the ancient pagan priestess, whose business it was to communicate with the dead. Halloween trick-or-treat customs descended from a belief that the family dead would bring gifts or goodies to the children during their temporary return from the other world. Gifts, food, and sweets were always the standard method of attracting children's attention to religious holidays. Worked for me, as is still shown by our Christmas and Easter customs. Thus, the dead relations have become the good fairies of the little ones. Black cats, owls, bats, and broomsticks were the familiar spirits and tools commonly associated with witches, who retained a dominant position in the Feast of the Dead, despite the church's attempt to assimilate it in honor of its own canon of saints. So, as much as they tried, we do love our ghoulish Halloween, and we'll keep it just so. Without much further ado, I think we're going to go away again.
Gamboa, il est, Gamboa, il est, Gamboa, il est, Criminelo, yo bajo neve, criminelo, yo bajo neve, sin serena, baby. Criminelo, yo bajo neve, criminelo, yo bajo neve, sin serena, baby. Criminelo, yo bajo neve, criminelo, yo bajo neve, sin serena, baby. Criminelo, yo bajo de criminelo, yo bajo de sin serena, baby. Criminelo, yo bajo de criminelo, yo bajo de sin serena, baby. Gamboa, il est, Gamboa, il est, Gamboa, il est,
Shadows on the wall, noises down the hall. Life doesn't frighten me at all. Bad dogs barking loud, big ghosts in a cloud. Life doesn't frighten me at all. Mean old Mother Goose, lions on the loose. They don't frighten me at all. Dragons breathing flame on my counterpane. That doesn't frighten me at all. I go boo, make them shoo. I make fun, weigh them run. I won't cry, so they fly. I just smile, they go wild. Life doesn't frighten me at all. Tough guys in a fight, all alone at night. Life doesn't frighten me at all. Panthers in the park, strangers in the dark. No, they don't frighten me at all. That new classroom where boys all pull my hair, kissy little girls with their hair in curls, that doesn't frighten me at all. Don't show me frogs and snakes and listen for my scream. If I'm afraid at all, it's only in my dreams. I've got a magic charm that I keep up my sleeve. I can walk the ocean floor and never have to breathe. Life doesn't frighten me at all. Not at all, not at all. Life doesn't frighten me at all.
The dead man pays back. A certain gypsy owed another gypsy 500 piastres, and while the creditor was away on a trip, the debtor died, and so did not pay his debt. When the creditor came home and learned that the debtor had died, without paying his debt, he asked where his grave was, took a rod with him, and began to beat it. A gypsy trader passed and asked why he was beating the grave. And he said, "I am beating this man in the grave because he owed me 500 piastres." "Don't beat him," said the trader. "Here are 500 piastres." And he drew out the money and gave it to him. The creditor went home, but the dead gypsy rose from his grave, met the trader who had paid his debt, and, without explaining who he was, said to him, "You're a good fellow. Let's go into the town and work together, and we'll make a lot of money." The trader agreed, and they opened a butcher shop in town. The vampire gypsy always sold the meat, the vampire gypsy having come from the grave, and kept only the liver for himself, because vampires are always particularly fond of liver. In that town lived a pasha who had a daughter. She had often been married, but every one of her husbands had died the first night. "Go and woo the pasha's daughter to be your wife," said the vampire to his partner. But the partner, knowing what had always happened to the other husbands, answered that he did not dare, because he was afraid that what had befallen the other suitors would befall him as well. "Don't be afraid," said the vampire. "I will get her for you, and nothing will happen to you." And he went and wooed her. When he had won her, he gave these instructions to his partner. "The first evening, do not on any account lie down with her, but stand at the door and tell her that you have forgotten the keys of the shop and must go back for them. Go away and shut the girl in to spend the night alone." They celebrated the wedding, and in the evening the gypsy did exactly as the vampire had told him and remained alive. The next day, the two gypsies took the girl and led her to the town from which the husband had come. Halfway there, they sat down under an elm tree to rest. To wind up their partnership and to divide the money they had made from the business. When they had divided it, the vampire said, "We also earned this maiden between us, so we must divide her too." He tied her to the elm tree and went back 20 paces, then drew out his knife and rushed at the girl, shouting, "Cast out what you have in your heart." She was so terrified that she vomited a serpent. The vampire cut the serpent into bits and said to his partner, "I have taken my share. Now the maiden is yours." And they went on. When the vampire came to his grave, he said, "This is my home. I go in here. A pleasant journey to you both." The couple began to weep, but he said to them, "I belong to the other world. I only had leave from it for 3 years to repay the kindness of a man who paid a debt for me." Then he gave his partner his own share of the money and that they had made, explained who he was, and vanished into the earth. So That was from Gypsy Folk Tales, and that's just a bit of lore to keep the myths alive, just in case we had too much. Anyway, basically that's all we have, and we're saying good night and have a happy Halloween.
I don't want my leaves to drop, said the tree. I don't want to freeze, said the pool. I don't want to smile, said the somber man, or ever to cry, said the fool. I don't want to open, said the bud. I don't want to end, said the night. I don't want to rise, said the neap tide, or ever to fall, said the kite. They wished and they murmured and whispered. They said that change was a crime. Then a voice from nowhere answered, you must do what I say, said time. And time is up. Good night. Thanks for watching.